Welcome to Divinity, Original Sin, a computer RPG game that I have been dying to play for months now. I finally got over the sticker shock and took the dive into it. I've hopped in briefly and I've done a good bit of research about the game before even playing it. And so I do know what I want my Let's Play to be about, but I promise I've not gotten very far at all, and we're starting a new game here today. Nice little single player campaign. One cool thing about Divinity is that you have 2 player characters that you get to make at the very beginning. And this reminded me of a 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons game that I played alone a while back, where I had 2 characters named Saribke and Mia. And I'm going to try to recreate them as far as my kind of brief research and stuff into this game will allow. So we'll do Saribke first because I remember him best, and we'll customize him here. This quick note though is that this episode is episode 0 because this is going to contain the opening cinematic and our character creation, but the initial gameplay will be episode 1. So if you don't want to hear exactly why I'm playing these characters, you can go to the next one if you really want to. But Saribke in my Dungeons & Dragons game was a bald guy, and so let's get right on that. And he was a warrior, as you can tell. This guy is a bit more of a mountain than I kind of imagined Saribke to be, but he'll do. And he was a very, very fast guy, and so I kind of want to emphasize that here. He wasn't super strong, but I don't. But when we level up, I want to up his speed up to like 10, and then strength after that. And his abilities were in the 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons. There's a class called Battle Mind, and this is a warrior characterized by a psychic ability, and that ability being able to teleport around and move very fast, and that's definitely what I have in mind here. So battering ram here is great for that because it lets us kind of charge through a bunch of enemies, and that's just the kind of thing we want. Further, Dust Devil, although here it says we spin around, I like the idea that we just kind of like hit everyone in a nearby in a quick kind of flurry of damage. So we're gonna select that. But we also need a cheap kind of teleport to anywhere we want ability. And so we need to dip into the expert marksman tree to get what I'm thinking of. And to do that, we need to free up one of these ability points here. So I'm going to remove the armor specialist, I think. No, bodybuilder. We aren't a bodybuilder. And we're going to dip into here. And what this does is it lets us have access to these abilities. And we want tactical retreat. It lets us jump out of a hazardous situation or into one. And so this is great right here. So we have a battering ram, tactical retreat kind of movement ability, and a hit everyone near us. We're area of effect slice and dicer. And I'm actually going to make the executive decision to be pure speed. We might regret this. I'm willing to live with this, though. All our attribute points in the future will go into strength, but I want to be able to have 10 action points at which speed lets us have, so that we can jump and use our Dust Devil at the beginning of our fight. And then on our next turn, we can, batter and ram somewhere else and do stuff like that. And one thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna choose the Lone Wolf ability. This reduces our total party size from 4 to 3, but it does make Saribke a bit more hardy. And I'm hoping that'll let him kind of catch back up without us having to wait too long, because he might be a little bit of a fragile puppy, but he's going to be fast and all over the place. So we'll do it that way. And that's Saribke. Very fast fighter. I think it's going to be a ton of fun to play, but if we have one problem in our party composition, it'll be Saribke, if I really just don't understand the game well enough. Over here, though, we have Mia. And in my Dungeons & Dragons game, she was an alchemist. And so that meant that she would craft grenades and throw stuff. And she specialized in being like a crossbow user. She would hang him back, kind of try to keep Saribke out of trouble, heal him, lay down status conditions on the enemies. And that's definitely what I'm looking for here. And researching, I found that the Wayfarer class is basically that. She can do a little summon of a spider, just like the alchemist in Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition could summon little clockwork golems to help her out. And so it was like a summon. So a summoned spider works fine here. Magical poison dart. Literally in Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition, the alchemist had a poison attack, and so that's great. And a heal, which is just good for any party. She has that. And she uses a bow. And crafts, and does all sorts of stuff. Basically, it's exactly what I want to play. She can even speak to animals, which I don't know how that works, but that's amazing. I love that. And scientist helps her out with crafting. And so we're totally fine with that. We'll just tweak how she looks. In my D&D game, she was kind of like like a broody brunette. In kind of like she, if there was like a noir film in Hollywood, she would walk into the Private Eye's office. Is kind of how she was. And so I'll find like a non-tattooed, kind of long hair kind of profile here. Oh, that's about right. Oh yeah, minus the red glow. She wasn't evil. And we'll make her... Let's see, let's get the color right. It was... Oh yeah, like a... She looks like she would be in a Private Eye film. Maybe a different long hair though. Oh, that's about right. Kind of, I comb my hair and I keep it nice, but I don't do anything with it. Maybe a little bit more fancy. It's like more like a 40s bob, but maybe not a bob, but like a longer variant of it would be about what I would mention. This is like a Evanescence, right? Or some other gothic band I'm not placing right. Oh, that one's close. This one here. I'm tempted by that one. I like the long hair earlier we had though. That's about what I had in mind. In terms of... Oh, well. That's a little bit too much makeup. Oh, that's like Egyptian there. Oh wait, what was that? Oh, sorry. Oh, that's too goth to pass up. I'm not even sure it fits the character, but that's just black lipstick and everything. That's cool. Alright, we'll do that. Oh, I feel like... I mean, this is pretty pale skin, but... This is like out of Genetic Opera. Okay, that's too much. No, we'll go we'll go here. Ah, looking good. I'm not sure it matches the portrait, but that doesn't matter so much. Alright, So we have Mia and Saribka ready to take on the world. And we'll find a third companion along the way, like an NPC character. And that'll be the whole party. So join me in episode 1. But right now, opening cinematic.
In the days of old, the Sourcerors of Rivellon cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The Sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Rivellon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sewerbird, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sewerbird. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.